Oh yeah, oh yeah. We've got a whole lot more people in here than we had anticipated. It's a good thing. Fortunately, the labor market is such that there's good people out there, and we're finding them. But you know, it's a struggle to get these guys to make sure we can get the right people in here and schedule them correctly so that they can balance the work and the life and keep this place humming.
And you're humming 24/7 now?
We just moved to 24. Really, it's 24/5 as far as filling yogurt cups. 24/7 as far as is processing and receiving milk and things like that. We've been 24/7 for a while there. Now we're ramping up the other areas of our operation to get there as well.
What is working well for you? What is not working well?
Well, again, the people are working great. So we've got some real good people that are working with us. People that have taken to being dairy people and being in the industry. You know, operationally, we're still a startup. We're 6 months into production, essentially. So we've got plenty of operational issues that we work through on a daily basis, whether it's learning the ins and outs of a machine or making sure that we have the right supply of milk coming in at the right time from the right folks. Those types of things are what we're kind of working through right now.
All right, so what do you need to continue the ramp up?
Well, we'd like more cows producing more milk in Vermont. That'd be great. That's probably number one on the list is we want to make sure that the milk is there to make the yogurt. And it's a tight milk market today for a number of reasons, and so we're working with everybody that we can to get the word out that there's an outlet for good high quality milk here. And so if we can get that milk, we're going to keep humming here.
Yeah, Chris.
How much yogurt do you produce daily here?
It varies from day to day depending on what we're making. But in a given week, I'm going to buy about 1 to 1.5 million pounds of milk, and that can equate to, you know, in a given day, I guess I can do about 50 to 75,000 pounds of Greek yogurt on one machine, and then maybe another 40 on the other machine. So, you know, get 100,000 pounds of yogurt made here in a day. Rough math, probably incorrect math, but rough math.
Now, you're supplying really then a good lot of the Boston milk market, then, if that's the case.
No, I mean, our use of milk relative to some other processors in the region is pretty minimal still. You know, we've got a lot of big cheesemakers locally, with Cabot down the street, Grafton, obviously, right down the street, and Ben & Jerry's and you know, fluid milk plants. They're using a lot of milk to get people a glass of milk that they want. But we're certainly becoming a fairly significant user in the region, and we're going to continue to grow as long as we can with getting, you know, the milk in here and some of the byproduct away.
How many different products have you manufactured so far just in the 5 or 6 months that you've been here? I remember there was a different brand earlier when you opened up. Now you're on the Kirkland, and of course the Green Mountain Creamery has been going on the whole time.
Yeah, so we've got you know, several big customers nationally, and locally we're supplying quite a few outlets. You know, and like I was telling the congressman earlier, if you go down to the Vermont Country Deli, you can pick up a cup of our yogurt. If you go to the Brattleboro Food Co-op, you can pick up a cup of the yogurt. So we've got some great outlets there, and we just look to expand the offerings. So we can do just about any kind of yogurt that you'd like in a cup format in this plant, and so we're continuing to ramp up where we're getting those outlets. So for us, you know, one good customer would be the greatest thing in the world, although quite a bit of risk with that. But we've got probably, you know, a good half dozen strong customers that are growing, and we're happy with that.
Yeah, I wanted to be clear on what your employment numbers were, if that is something you can talk about.
Yeah, you know, if you want to give me a minute to fire up my computer, I can tell you my exact number of full-time employees. You know, my desk here is cluttered with resumes, and we are over 50 full-time employees. We also utilize a local staffing agency to fulfill some of the needs that we have as well. And at any given time, I think right now we're about 15 to 18 folks from the staffing agencies. So when you add those two together, you're over 60 full-time employees here in our Brattleboro facility. So a lot more than we had anticipated initially, for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say the initial application for all the development and VITA grants and things and loans were probably 25 initially, and then within a couple years, 50.
Right, and that was our target. Again, with the demand and with the product mix, it became clear and evident quite quickly that our numbers were on the low side for what we expected, and that's not a bad thing. Again, the good news for us is we're finding really, really good people that enjoy, or at least seem to enjoy, their job, and we're trying to give them everything that we can to make them want to come back the next day.